The Carter Railroad Museum at ETSU is hosting a rail excursion on the Smoky Mountain Railroad. See all the beautiful fall colors on Saturday, October the 8th. Here with a preview of this wonderful trip is Dr. Fred Alsop. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Chris. Glad to be with you.
Let's talk about this because y'all have these excursions from time to time. This is a very special one. Getting out in October, maybe trying to get there at the peak of those colors.
And timing it when there's not a home football game is always important as well.
Exactly, yes.
So go Bucks.
Go Bucks. We'll always say that. But let's also talk to folks about this trip. Kind of describe the trip. Share the day with them.
Well, we start early in the morning at ETSU. We've got two big premier transportation luxury coaches to take 110 people, which is what we're limited to on this particular ride because the trains are always full in October. And we'll take a ride of a little over 2 hours to get to Bryson City, North Carolina. We'll get there in plenty of time for folks to get out, stretch their legs, get a little bit of lunch if they want. But more importantly, there is a Lionel Museum with over 7,000 exhibits there. And part of our ticket is free admission to that museum, or at least they've already paid for admission to the museum.
Right.
We start getting on board the train at 11:30 and it pulls out at 12. And it comes back northeast to Dillsboro, which is our destination. Both of their trains go along river courses. This one is along the Tuckasegee River, which was a site back in the 90s, I think,
yes,
when Harrison Ford made the movie The Fugitive,
right,
adapted from the TV show. And the way he escaped was that the train that was taking him to prison derailed,
right,
and the locomotive went into the river and he escaped.
Right.
Well, the locomotive is still there. So we'll get to see a little bit of movie cinema history as we go by. We'll stop in Dillsboro, which will be the end of the line for us for halfway. And there'll be plenty of time to get out if you want to get a snack, see Dillsboro. It's become a little tourist town. Nice shops along the way. We'll be there about an hour and 15 minutes, and then we'll ride the train back to Bryson City. And once back to Bryson City, there'll be another hour or so before we decide to get on the buses and come back. So if you didn't get to see the museum before you got on the train, you can see it afterward. And there's plenty of time to get yourself a snack or a meal before we come back. So it's an all-day trip. We'll leave the university about 7:30 in the morning. We'll get back to the university probably around 8:30 in the evening. But nice bus ride. We go through the mountains on the way down. Nice river rail ride as well. So we're looking forward. It's always exciting.
And I love these excursion trips because, like you say, you get the bus ride, and the trip between here and Bryson City is very scenic. And then, of course, you get to see some of the areas that normally you wouldn't see via rail.
From the rail.
And just being able to take that excursion trip just kind of brings you a nostalgia feel as well.
It does, and a lot of our passengers have never been on a rail car.
Right.
They've never been behind a locomotive, heard the whistles as they crossed the road crossings and all of the things that are involved in riding on a train. Right. And we do this as a public outreach from the Carter Railroad Museum. We've been there for 14 years now, and this is a great way, not for them just to come and see our exhibit with model trains, but actually to get on a train.
Right.
So we run 2 or 3 rail excursions to different places every year.
And I want to encourage our viewers, if you've not been to the Carter Railroad Museum, they really need to come check it out because it is very unique for a university to have something like this on campus.
It is, and one of our galleries, all of our galleries are exciting, but one of them for the last 10 to 11 years, we have been trying to recreate in miniature a railroad that started here, which was East Tennessee and Western North Carolina, the Tweetsie Railroad. That layout has been put together in such a way that it has attracted a publisher who publishes just on narrow gauge model railroads. For 7 consecutive years, we've been in an annual collector's magazine that's national and international. So our little museum is known around the world, and we got folks from all over that are coming to see it.
Yes.
We're open Saturday from 10 to 3, and we're free admission. But if you want to drop a donation in the box, you can sure do that.
All right. Doc, we appreciate you being here today. Let's give everybody some information about this big trip. Smoky Mountain Railroad Adventure. It's coming up Saturday, October the 8th. 110 passenger limit, so you need to get in there. Ticket deadline is September 23rd.